Here we go. Our next speaker with Live with Leaders, Veronica Figueroa. What's going on, Veronica?
Nothing much here, just living the dream.
Right, right. Yeah, you are in Florida, Orlando. So yes, you are living the dream.
Sunny Florida, it's hot.
You got it. So we were talking about this a little bit before. We're pretty much gonna be stuck inside for a bit, or you might be stuck inside depending where you're at. So we decided to do something different. I was originally supposed to come down to Florida and join you with a couple events, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I was supposed to come down there. We had big things planned, and all of a sudden there was a bunch of us that had these events planned, and we're like, what do we do next? So this is what we decided to do, which helps everybody out even more because you can do this from your own living room. We're going to do an event with 16 world-renowned speakers nationwide, and Veronica just happened to be one of them. So Veronica, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you had going on in the next couple months?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of things planned from conferences to,
Right.
speaking and giving back to the community. And it's pretty unfortunate, but
Yeah.
I think that this is really great timing for us to really arm ourselves and educate ourselves and really, I would say, improve our craft
Right.
and be really great community leaders and just do what we're supposed to do during times like this. So, we all pivot. We all pivot. So if we can't, have a room full of agents that we're
Right.
hopefully inspiring and coaching and growing, then, we've got to do it from a different avenue, right? And this
Yeah.
is why we're doing this. I'm excited for this
Right.
because the show must continue, right? We must continue. Real estate isn't going to go away. We're just going to do it differently.
Mm.
And we're going to share with everyone how we are already preparing to do so.
Right.
What we're doing. I mean, right after this call, we're hopping on a live. Yesterday, I was on a bunch of Zoom calls and
Right.
from people from all over the country as to how we are preparing. And I'm just excited that we're coming together and
Yeah.
sharing this information so that
Right.
we can help our colleagues. We have a duty to help each other because this is when we lock arms more than ever.
Right. And I think that's a great point too. Like we were talking about before this, at this point, the best thing we can do is add value to others and just kind of keep everybody in the loop of what we're doing. So with that being said, we have 16 other speakers. We have 2 released right now. So we have Vincent Q and Veronica. Everyone else, we don't know who the other speakers are yet. So we're keeping that under wraps, just so you know. But with that being,
Well, I know who they are.
You know who they are.
It's going to be amazing.
Right.
I'm excited because I get to learn from them too. And they're people that I look up to every single day. And I know that I'm going to learn something from them so that I can come out of this stronger, more confident, and more prepared to lead not only the people who are in business with me, but also our clients and hopefully come out better.
Yeah. And there's 8 hours worth of real estate training that's going to be going on here. 8 hours. And the best part is you're getting it for absolutely free. There's going to be no pitches. Not one of the speaker. We're not going to be making pitches about anything. It's going to be straight value the entire time. So when I reached out to you, you responded pretty quick. I think you were one of the first ones. You're like, yep, I'm in. Let's do this. It was something that every speaker, it's crazy. I was expecting 1, 2, maybe 3 of the 16 people I reached out to say like, no, I'm not going to do it, or they might not be involved. All 16 within the hour about respond like, yep, I'm in. Let's do this. I think that's just a testament to the group of speakers that we're going to have here.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're in leadership, where you really, really step up is when you come from contribution and when you come from a place of giving, when you know that maybe you have nothing in return that you're going to get out of this other than just helping and giving back and coming from a place of just knowing that somebody maybe needs to hear this. So I'm just proud to know that all these leaders came together to step up and they did not hesitate. No. So it's going to be amazing. I'll tell you, just this morning when I woke up and the things I was thinking about of how we're going to prepare, the things we're, thinking about strategic planning, strategizing, but most importantly, coming from a place of calling people and saying, hey, how are you doing? What can we do to help you? This is what we're doing. And this is what we're going to share. We're going to share what we're doing. So we're going to give you exactly what we're thinking, what we're doing, what we're implementing. And we don't care if you're in our backyard to across the country. We just simply want to share with you the conversations that we're having with the elite who are all giving and checking on each other and opening the playbook from how to manage through a crisis, how to manage through a pandemic, how to come out, but also, just how to make smart decisions.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a great point, because a lot of the speakers that were on here, they went through the 2008 crisis. They've been through kind of crisis mode in real estate before. And we always say, why recreate the wheel, right? Why go out there and try and do something brand new when you can implement a proven, repeatable system that you guys have already built?
Yeah, I think if, like Brent Gove said the other day when we were at an event, he was like, copy, don't create. And of course, our creative juices always come out, and we always add our flair to things. But in moments like this is where you need to be able to phone a friend. This is where you need to be able to know who you can reach out to and say, hey, how are you handling this? Some of us run real big businesses where we have staff. A lot of us, are looking at things from a different perspective of like, okay, what do we need to do to come together and make sure that everybody's okay? So I think this is bigger than us, and this is why we're coming together. And if you are available on April 8th, you definitely want to be on here. And know that might seem far out, but over the next few weeks, a lot of things are going to happen, and the conversations are going to start changing, and we need to have these conversations together. And I'm just honored that I was, invited to be a part of this. My commitment is to just, be an open book and just honestly come from a place of vulnerability, because we are all in the same boat right now. But we're committed. We're committed to making sure that we all in the real estate industry come out stronger, that we help our communities, that we're great human beings.
Yeah. And just thinking about it like this, like we were talking about before, this might be a positive in some ways. It's hard to sit down and have 8 hours of your day if you're in real estate, right? Especially if you're on that transaction treadmill, you might not think you have the time to go out to a conference. Now you might be getting forced into being able to just sit down, go to this entire conference and learn. It's going to be a great day of straight value from all these leaders. And I guarantee you're going to walk away with at least one nugget that's going to be able to help grow your business. And
Veronica, and I mean, I guess the one nugget that I want to leave before we, just as we talk a little bit about this, is now is the time that a lot of you guys are going to start learning those things that maybe you put off to the side, that you were resisting, in your business, such as your old school, maybe just face to face, or, resisting being virtual, or resisting self-learning. Now's the time. You have this time to obviously still grow your business and do the things that you're doing, checking in on your family, listening to what our government is saying. I think we need to be responsible. We need to be socially responsible. But now is the time, maybe that's, you've been putting off on learning certain skill sets, whether it's, embracing technology, whether it's working on that database, organizing yourself. Now's not the time to have a cheesy pitch. Now's the time to just check on people, but leverage this opportunity to really, really get organized and assess what's working and what's not working, so you can be prepared to implement some new strategies and skill sets that maybe you really haven't honed in on, just because you were just busy. I was at a conference, a women's conference the other day, and I was just blown away. I was in a women's conference, and one of the women who was speaking, she works on the set of BET and MTV and Hollywood. And she does, she lived with Angela Bassett for 3 months. And I don't know if you guys know who Angela Bassett is, but you need to look her up. She's amazing. One of the most respected actresses of all of our time, I believe. And she's, worked with some very, very elite performers. And one of the things she said to me when we were speaking and we were just talking about, how people prepare to grow and how people get through breakthroughs and how people, really, really retreat. And she said that she lived with Angela Bassett for 3 months. She thought this was her breakthrough. She thought, oh my God,
this is
I'm
it.
Work for Angela Bassett. I made it. And when she had the opportunity to work with Angela Bassett, when she thought that she was going to be providing a service to Angela Bassett, it was Angela Bassett who provided a service to her, because she got to learn from how Angela would meditate, her habits, how she would just make her be still and rest, and how there was no distractions. There was no partying. There was no, like limelight, no attention. It was just being still, being present in the moment, being able to focus. And that's where your biggest creations come out. That's where you really get focused and disciplined. And, I'm kind of excited that I heard that on on, was it Saturday? And
Yeah,
here
yeah.
we are today. Obviously, I'm not happy for what we're going through, but I'm
Not at
going to
all.
use this moment to take that, inspiration that was given to me by someone who has worked with someone who could be considered, pretty iconic.
Yeah.
And she's like, and you think artists like, and again, Bill Gates, and
Yeah.
I mean, not artist, but yeah, I think he's an artist too.
Yeah. He is in his own right.
It's no accident, it's not by accident that, of course, they read, they meditate,
Mhm.
they focus, they retreat in silence. So a lot of you guys aren't going to know what to do right now, but
Yeah.
now is the time for you to really discover so much about yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be on this on April 8th. I'm excited to see what I've discovered from now till then.
Yeah.
But I'm, again, just excited to know that we're going to be doing something together and collaborating with 16 other amazing people that I look up to.
And just so you guys know, the link for this event is in the comments. And you might feel like we're holding out on you, but the link's below. It's free to sign up. But I think that's a great point, because it was going to be my first time in New York. We had 4 events planned in 4 days in New York. We were coming back down to Orlando for a whole month. I love Orlando. Since I came down there, I'm sold on it. So I was coming down to Orlando for a month. We were going to go all these places all over the country. And then the first day it hit, when everything was getting canceled, we're like, man, this kind of sucks. But it only took that night for us to bounce back, figure out the next thing to do and the next best way to bring value to all these people, right? Because that's the whole point of traveling, is to be able to bring value to different groups. So now we're just going to leverage social media and all these different places so that we can bring it to you. And I will say this, wasn't it in it was in Key West, and those are some of my best learning experiences ever. Those masterminds in Key West changed my life every time I go down there. But I believe it was yours when you were talking about 11-11. Is that the time that you would sit down? Was that what it was? You would write your goals at 11-11. Yeah.
Yeah, we do an exercise, and it's 11 minutes of writing, 11 minutes of meditating, and then selecting, the things that while you were free flow writing,
Yeah.
what stood out to you? What were the conversations you were having with yourself in your head that really stood out to you the most?
Right.
And just reflecting on those things and really manifesting that. So yeah, that's my jam.
I hope I didn't just give away the thing you're going to be speaking about.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you got plenty, but I will. Your presentation down there was absolutely off the chart. By the end of it, everybody, I think you got a standing ovation or something at the end of it, because it really touched everybody. The way that you're able to speak to us emotionally and then obviously add value, but it made me think about like the people that I work with a different way. So I really do appreciate it. And that's why we want to reach out to you, so you can bring value to thousands of agents all across the country.
Well, at the end of the day, we're in the human resources business, guys. We're people.
Yeah.
And, we all share the same MLS in our respective counties. There's no secret out there, just people who take action and people who don't. But at the end of the day, if we're not doing this because we genuinely care about our people, the people we work with, the people that we love, the people that we're doing this for, why are we even doing this? So, there is a human aspect that I think this business has gotten to a point that it's lost. A lot of toxic competition. But at the root of it, we all can do a better job of being better people. And that's my strategy of growth, but it's not strategy. It's really who I am. I used to be a shitty leader because I was just focused on the numbers. Now the numbers are a result of focusing on the people. Yeah. So I hope that at the end of our event, a lot of people will learn some nuggets, but remember the core of everything is the people.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest takeaway, was don't be so focused and worried about the numbers, right? If the numbers aren't right, you're doing something wrong. You're not treating people the right way. And it's a direct correlation to everything. And that's when I had a big aha moment, like, man, that's a great point. It's more so the numbers are a reflection of you and your leadership, not the other way around. It's not the numbers that define you. It's what are you doing as a leader, and the numbers are a follower.
That's it.
Yep. I love it. So guys, the link to sign up is right below this. Make sure you smash that button, go and sign up for it. Remember guys, it's absolutely free. It is 8 hours worth of real estate training. So if you can't tune in the whole time, that's perfectly fine. You're going to get some nuggets out of it. But Veronica, thank you so much for being a part of this. And everybody, we'll see you next time.
Bye.